Hey everyone, welcome to Study Break, the podcast where we dive deep into the heart of mental health and wellness. I'm Aubrey.
And I'm Nina. We're so excited to have you join us on this journey as we explore the highs, lows, and everything in between when it comes to taking care of your mind.
Whether you're someone who's navigating your own mental health or just looking to learn more and become an ally, this is the space for you. We're breaking the stigma, sharing real stories, and giving you the tools to take care of yourself, no matter where you are in your mental health journey.
So grab a cup of tea, get comfy, and let's have a real conversation about what it means to take care of your mind, body, and soul. This is the Study Break, and we're so glad you're here.
Let's get started.
We'd like to start off by introducing ourselves and our panel today. My name is Mina. I'm a junior here at Flex. I have a lot of pets, and my favorite topic is mental health. And here's my co-host.
My name is Aubrey, and I'm 17 and also a junior here at Flex.
We belong to a group at Flex Online School called Sources of Strength. Sources of Strength is a group of high school students committed to normalizing conversations about mental health in our schools.
Yes, we believe that it is important that Flex students feel heard, especially with their day-to-day struggles all teenagers have.
Yes, we all have those day-to-day struggles. We believe that by taking our mental health seriously, we can impact everyone in a positive way. Now let's get started with our podcast.
To start off, we have some guests with us today. They are also peer leaders in the Sources of Strength group. I'll have them introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Elsa. I'm a senior here at Flex, and I'm so excited to be here.
Hello, my name is Jesse, and I'm also a senior here at Flex.
Welcome to Study Break, you guys. So first, we're going to start off by talking a little bit about what brought us all to Flex.
Well, when I was in school, I had a hard time. I didn't fit in, and I just didn't enjoy being there. It was stressful, and so finally, when COVID hit and I didn't have to go to school, I realized I can keep doing this, and it was working for me. So I stayed.
I can relate to that. I had that experience pretty much exactly. I never really felt like school was right for me. And when the COVID hit, I thought that, hey, online school is great. I really like it. I'm fitting in more and I'm able to turn in work easier. And it's just a lot more easy.
I started Flex when I was a sophomore, and it was all basically because my freshman year I was like struggling with my mental health and as well as my physical health, and like having anxiety every day at school wasn't really like I have migraines and it wasn't really helping my anxiety every day wasn't really helping with my migraines. It was just making it worse. So I decided to start online school, and it's been working really well for me.
I came into Flex as a junior, and it was because at my old school I was dealing with like a lot of mental health issues, as well as a lot of bullying, and it just really like made me kind of like depressed. And I also felt like doing online school could help me focus on my work better because it was hard to concentrate when there were like 40 kids in one class. So yeah, so I came to Flex.
Okay, moving on to our next question. How has Flex impacted your mental health?
I think that being in an online setting has really benefited me for the most part. I think that it's really nice to be able to work at my own pace and to interact with teachers only when I want to. Like I can email them if I'm feeling stressed, but I don't need to worry about like going into a class with them every day if I don't want to be around them sometimes, or like other people. Like sometimes that gets really stressful if it's like a big crowd or like you have a big class that you have to be in and you have to focus with other people talking or working around you. So I think that it's really nice to kind of be just in an individualized setting.
Yeah.
Um, but also it's a little isolating at times because you're not in a big group of people anymore and you're alone and it's kind of hard to make friends. So good and bad mental health
Yeah,
things.
I agree. I fully agree with like being able to work at your own pace and not have to go into a classroom every day. That's how it's impacted my mental health. Is it I feel like I just work better that way, and if I have like the freedom to like not have an assignment turned in by a certain deadline and stuff like that, I feel like that also makes me less stressed out. And being in my like own environment at my house is a lot more helpful for me too, because I just feel more comfortable in it. And also I have like my physical and mental health has been a lot better ever since I started online school, especially since I haven't been getting like as many migraines going into like a loud school every day. And that's really helped me like be less stressed out about just everything.
I also agree with that. I think Flex has benefited me a lot in First, my mental health has like gone a lot better because I get overwhelmed in like loud crowds and buildings. So being able to like work at my house is really benefiting. And also like the people here are like super nice and friendly. That's what I've noticed. So I there's no like bullying going on. I feel like people here are just super like kind and supportive and like genuinely like want to help you. And also like not being stressed like with assignments, and I can be able to like turn them in whenever I want. Yeah, one thing that probably isn't as good is like I it's really hard to make friends because most people like don't interact in my classes, so I have to like join clubs and stuff.
I agree. It is not a social place. There are plenty of issues, especially in the earlier years of Flex. Uh, you need to take control. You need to do things on your own because that's what it is. You do things in your own time, and you don't have people. It's not a social place, like I just said. So it takes time to get into it, and I'm still very flawed, even as a senior, trying to stay on top of things. It's just like if you have actual school, you have a reason to get up. You have a reason, you're forced to get up, and otherwise there's consequences. In this case, you it's as easy as sleeping in and you miss a class and you miss valuable information and you don't take the time to get work done because no one's forcing you to. So it's difficult, and you realize after a while that it's negatively affecting you quite a lot. But if you can take control of that, then all those good parts of online school, they start to glow.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like it did take a while for me to get a hang of things and like really like you just have to be really like independent and you can't procrastinate or anything like that. And if you do, like it piles up so easily. So I mean, I guess there is like a few things about online school that can be a little hard, like also like the isolation, but that's like why we have sources of strength is because we come in and we see each other every once in a while. So that does make it a little bit better. But as long as you like, I just feel like the good things outweigh the not so good things. Yeah.
Okay, so changing gears a little bit, tell me a little bit about why you joined Sources of Strength and how it has impacted you. Okay, well, I guess I'll go. Um, so I joined Sources of Strength this year. I decided this year that I wanted to get a little more involved in my school and how everything functions. Um, it was appealing to me because as a person that struggled a lot with mental health stuff in my life, I think that I wanted to meet another group of people that sort of had similar experiences as me and kind of find ways to benefit our school culture and community. Um, I've really enjoyed it so far. I think that it's really helped me feel a little more connected to the people in my school setting because last year here I did no clubs and it was very isolating. Um, I don't know. I think it's just a really nice little group of people that we can all kind of hang out and talk and plan campaigns for the school that make it so everyone feels a little more connected to each other.
Yeah, I agree. I think my main motive on joining Sources of Strength was just because I wanted have people to relate to and because I was like at the time I was really struggling with my mental health and it was kind of like just being at home every day was kind of just getting tiring, not having people to talk to and like have something to do to get my mind off of stuff. That was just kind of getting tiring. So yeah, that was my main motive on joining Sources of Strength, and I think it's going pretty well. I've been in Sources of Strength since last year, so yeah, it's going pretty well.
I joined Source of Strength last year because I was like stuck at home all day and I wasn't really talking to people much, and I really want to make new friends, and that's kind of hard in Flex because like a lot of the clubs like people like they just really don't talk, or like not a lot of people come. So like I want to see if Social Strength was different, and it was really different because like people here are like super like talkative and like really friendly, and we get to, like hang out in person. And I think it has really like benefited my mental health in like the good way, because I'm practicing my social skills, because that's like the one main thing that's like I'm like not really good at. So yeah, I think it's been pretty good for me.
So I joined Sources of Strength because I wasn't very social and I kind of just needed some place to go where I can talk to people, and the school just so happens to be a perfect place, in my opinion. Uh, it's small and it doesn't feel like a school. It feels like a casual setting where there's just people there to talk to you about whatever it is you need or anything really. And so I joined Sources of Strength for that reason. I didn't have many people because of online school being just so unsocial, and I figured, you know what, mental health is pretty important. This wasn't what I expected, but it's better than that. So
What are some of your favorite coping strategies that you use when times get stressful?
I try to bring myself back into existence and out of my head. Uh, Paying attention to your surroundings and going for walks and breathing exercises really help me, because sometimes you just spend too much time thinking about what's wrong and forgetting about reality.
I try to like just take a break from the situation and maybe like go outside and take a walk or something. If like something's like really bothering me, I'll try and talk to someone about it, or just like try to think about something else.
I agree with all of this. I think that when I'm feeling really overwhelmed with just life or school, I really try to just stop what I'm doing and like take a break entirely. So I will literally shut my computer and just walk away from it, because sometimes it gets to be too much. Um, I love painting, so I will sometimes just sit down and paint something random. And it really helps me kind of get all of my feelings and thoughts out of my brain and onto something that I don't have to look at again.
Yeah, I agree. I like to just like walk away from what I'm doing that's giving me all the stress and just like try to not think about it, which I know in some situations that's not the best thing to do, but I like to go on walks a lot. I like to cook and bake and clean. So those are some of the healthy activities that I do that help me relieve my stress.
Shifting gears a bit, let's talk about how you know when you need support.
I don't need support. I'm perfect on my own. Next question. Uh, when I'm not so perfect, because that happens, you might be surprised to hear, I do need help. And, well, I mean, I don't really go looking for people. I really try to get it done on my own. I try to break it into sections to where I can do this to get something out of the way and feel good, and then keep the motion and give myself a break when it's needed.
I also agree with that. I don't really look for support unless it's like, like an emergency or something. Sometimes I'll like go like talk to my counselor or something, but most of the time I try to like solve it on my own, because I kind of just feel like I want to take responsibility over like what I'm dealing with. So I just try to like look for some like coping strategies and try to work it through.
I think for me, life can get hard and complicated, and I think that I therapy sometimes that helps. Um, but also just connecting with people like my family or my friends and trying to find ways to feel connected with relationships that I have, so that way I feel a little bit less alone when I'm struggling. Not necessarily asking for help on what I'm getting like going through, but more just knowing that there's people that care about me in my life really makes me feel better.
How I know when I need support is mainly I just get really like overwhelmed and overstimulated with all of the stuff going on, whether it's like missing schoolwork or stuff going on at home or stuff going on in the world. Like it's just I just get really overwhelmed, and that's how I know, like, oh, I need to go talk to somebody. I need to talk to my family, my therapist, or maybe somebody at school. Like, if I need help with schoolwork, I always reach out to people at school. Like Jim, he's the adult in Sources of Strength. He's great. I always go to him for advice in certain situations, or I get help from people like the paraeducators here at Flex. I get help with schoolwork if I need it. So, yeah.
Well, that about wraps up today's episode. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to our panel, Jesse and Elsa. Don't forget to look into Sources of Strength and join us if you want to. So, from all of us here, thank you for watching, and goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.